Welcome to Hoopin' This On, Season 9, Episode 19, where we watch Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service, Season 1, Episode 1, and you got to get your head out of your ass. I'm Chris Lorenz.
I could be the insider, honestly. This is Brian.
It's like someone has given up. It's such a shame.
I don't have a quip. This is Max.
Those are all quotes from this week's show. But last week, we watched Destination X, and you guys voted on Twitter to put it a top third show. You guys on YouTube? Failing. No votes on the YouTubes.
Man.
I don't know. YouTube crew, tell us what you thought about this show on YouTube.
I think it's a reflection of our audience.
Audience of marketers scanning Twitter for hashtags. Noah, what show do we watch this week?
Gordon Ramsay trades his signature chef knives for a state-of-the-art surveillance vehicle and cutting-edge spyware in Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service. Chef Ramsay, with the help of a secret source on the inside, gathers raw, unfiltered evidence and gets a view of the major issues facing each restaurant. The insider not only remains a secret to the staff, but also helps Ramsay infiltrate the restaurant after hours for a dramatic nighttime blacklight kitchen investigation that reveals more filth and grossness than ever before. By the time Ramsay reveals his identity, it will be too late for the staff to cover up their culinary crimes. Gordon Ramsay takes drastic measures to transform not only the restaurant, but also the staff. Because Gordon knows he can upgrade the menu and renovate the restaurant. This is the longest synopsis. But the most important change has to come from the people in the restaurant and staff willing to accept Gordon's mission, or are they too far gone to be saved? Wow. That is Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service.
Thank you, Noah. That probably would have been a little easier if you weren't laughing through the whole thing, but
it's just so long, and like I didn't pre-read it, so like at least it would like move. No, it just was repetitive. So I was laughing. I was like, "Why? This is the worst copywriting I've ever seen."
Probably
use ChatGPT to write that one.
This is Google. This is from the Google's.
Oh, Gemini.
No, this comes from like the Fox page. It should. Usually that's where Google pulls it from. Is like
no, they just pull it from Gemini now.
Gemini.
Yeah. So I almost used "There's a raccoon in your bar."
Yeah.
For my
words cannot describe how similar this show is to Bar Rescue.
But like Bar Rescue is just a stolen version of Kitchen Nightmares,
right?
Which is Gordon Ramsay's version.
Okay. Should we just go into this? The mommies and the daddies of the show.
Obviously, we're going into it.
Kitchen Nightmares is one of Gordon Ramsay's OGs. He's invited to the restaurant by the owner or something, and goes and renovates it. The only difference in this show is they not so sneakily say, hey, you're going to be on a restaurant renovation show and we're installing a bunch of cameras around, but they don't know it's Gordon Ramsay, and he sits outside in a not suspicious FBI truck in the front. And then once he says, I've had enough, he walks in and says, I'm Gordon Ramsay and I've had enough. And in this one change is the one thing that Bar Rescue really innovated on. This, you don't know it's John Taffer's going to walk in.
But no one cares about John Taffer.
Chris, he's in the beginning. Nightclub Hall of Fame.
Not like...
That is true. That is a big difference, though. Like, everyone knows. They made that like pretty apparent that Gordon Ramsay walks in a restaurant and people are like, oh shit, it's Gordon Ramsay.
Wait, I thought you were going to say that it's a big different deal that John Taffer's in the Nightclub Hall of Fame.
It's a big deal.
Like, that's a big deal. Everyone knows the Nightclub Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't think Gordon Ramsay's in it.
I don't think so.
No way.
Loser.
But he's not as big.
He does have a restaurant in Vegas, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he could be in it. But he's not.
Yeah.
Too bad for him.
Big news, guys. I just looked up who's in the Nightclub Hall of Fame. Recent entrance, Lil Jon.
Ooh.
if anyone deserves to be in that. If he wasn't in it,
I agree.
I'd have serious concerns.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So this show, from what I could tell, so it's a generic restaurant renovation show. They come in, they show they show some, bad stuff that's going on in the restaurant. Then they come in and say, "Oh, this is what you're doing wrong." Then they renovate the restaurant, and then they reopen. There are variations. I feel like John Taffer would really take your restaurant and wildly change it. Like, you're a college bar, now you're a upscale, I don't know, cocktail bar. Like, just something wildly different. Whereas this show is pretty narrow. It's like, you're a Greek restaurant, things fell off, and we just fixed it up, and you're still a Greek restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no rebranding going on in this.
No. And although I think that part of it for this one was the restaurant had longevity. So I don't know if a rebrand was necessarily needed. It was just fix up your cooking and not make people sick, potentially.
So you're saying other episodes they will rebrand?
I wonder if it will. I'm hoping that they will. Because that is one of the things that was good about Bar Rescue, is that they would actually go and say, your business model isn't working because of this reason.
No, that's the terrible part. That's terrible.
That's terrible. Why?
Yeah, these people didn't want to open a cocktail bar. If they wanted a cocktail bar, they would have opened one. They opened the bar they wanted to open.
That's what Gordan Ramsey bringing the business insight. He's bringing the market intel.
Yeah.
No.
They'll be crying
you open a restaurant you care about and serve food you care about. You don't open a restaurant and then serve
what John Taffer wants.
Yeah. If it was like this restaurant serving sushi, they don't care about sushi. They know nothing about sushi.
They got to make money, man. It's about that cash.
Yeah, they can wipe their tears with dollar bills.
Exactly.
You guys are being ridiculous right now. No way are you on the side of...
No, Chris, I'm with you. That's my least favorite part of Bar Rescue, and I prefer that they don't rebrand it. You can change up the inside, sure.
I'm just being an antagonist. Yeah, no. I'm just poking.
But yeah, the owner of this restaurant, Parthenon, is really obsessed with legacy, I guess. And there is no selling him on the idea of, hey, what if we change this up? What if you became Greek sushi or whatever?
Right.
No. It's pretty funny. I'm on the Parthenon's webpage. It's a nice webpage. It's definitely made with some GoDaddy thing, but it's responsive and reacts, and everything. But the hero image, when you go in, it's the owner talking with Gordan. It's new look, new energy, same passion, only bigger.
Love that they're riding the wave.
Yeah.
They're riding it for sure.
So let's just get through the minutia of this restaurant. So you have the owner. He's type A person and following everyone around. And meanwhile, his son is the head cook or whatever. And he's 43.
45.
Yeah. And at some point, Gordon Ramsay comes up to the owner. Is your son is 45. He's perfectly capable of running a restaurant. He's been capable of running a restaurant for 20 years, but
yeah,
he's 45.
That's a grown ass
man.
Dad does not need to be out here advising him to use bad cucumbers.
Also, you should not be the one advising, because we've seen all the bad mistakes that Dad's doing.
Yeah, and the dad is 72. He ain't no young fox.
Ain't no young fox. And part of the storyline, his storyline was the wife wanted him home.
Yeah.
Which, do you think it was on purpose? He was at work, so he didn't have to be at home?
I don't know. That's the B roll.
The B roll, yeah. We didn't really get the owner's side of that relationship. We only got the fact that the wife wanted him home.
Yeah. B-roll.
So, like, I think the big part about this show is they show a lot of the before the restaurant and like how gross it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they spend probably double the amount of time than most of these shows.
What's gross about it, Chris? Give us a taste.
What's gross about it? They use mismatched chairs in the dining room. They
actually have cameras of rodents
in the basement.
If we trust the editing.
That's just ChatGPT right there.
It said Parthenon rat cam.
There you have it, folks. To be real. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. It's real.
Somebody complains about the tzatziki sauce when they do their like test of the restaurant, and the big thing that Gordon Ramsay finds is they've never cleaned the bandsaw.
Chris,
which is pretty
tzatziki a sauce or a dip? I feel like it's more of a dip. I guess it's both.
Well, I guess it depends on how you eat it. Like if you eat it in a gyro, that's a sauce. But if you eat it with like a cucumber or like a
I'm gonna
cracker,
defer to you on this since you had the Greek wedding.
Same thing as
and I have not.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, but ketchup's the same. Put ketchup on a burger, it's a sauce.
What about salsa? Like you can apply this to different things.
I think it's a special third thing. It's like
did you say salsa?
Anyway, yes, somebody complains about. Oh, it's not somebody complains. They send in 2 chefs to investigate as posing as customers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And then they're like, don't eat those lamb. Don't eat
Gordon
the
Ramsay
lamb. Cut the cameras. And
it's like, shut it down. Customers, get out
Drop
of there.
The cookie.
Like, whoa, it's Gordon Ramsay. I guess I should trust him.
It's Gira.
No way am I excited that Gordon Ramsay's in this restaurant trying to get his not jumping up to get his autograph. I'm not, doing any of that.
Everyone get out. And he orders everyone out of the restaurant and they comply in the middle of their dinner. Okay, sir.
I mean, he probably saved them a little bit of sickness by doing that. Although, who knows why he let them in there to begin with? That's another story.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly, I think all these people know they're going to be on a Gordon Ramsay show.
Yeah. They put out a newspaper ad and brought him in.
It's like, everyone here, meet Gordon Ramsay. Okay. When Gordon Ramsay comes in, act surprised. Or maybe they'll after you see Gordon Ramsay, he'll meet you. But this, because it kind of maybe would be good to oh my God, it's Gordon Ramsay, even though Gordon Ramsay's coming. It's still
it's Gira.
Sorry, no.
You gotta find
what
those
is
Gordon
Gira?
Ramsay heads out there?
What besides a bad Atlassian? Oh,
that's Gordon Ramsay's. That is Gordon Ramsay's street name.
Thank you. Did anybody else get this without him explaining? Because
you're not familiar with this.
I got it, Noah. I got it.
Common knowledge. Very common. Noah,
what else is also common knowledge? But I forgot. What are Gordon Ramsay's fans called?
G heads, obviously.
G heads, yeah. You got to find those good G heads out there to fill that restaurant up.
Just got to go to the G spot. You find the G heads. The G-Raw.
So G-Raw's G spot. I don't know if G-Raw has a G spot, but all right.
That's Kitchen Confidential, Chris.
So we find out that this restaurant, the Parthenon, that they know they're on a restaurant show. So all these cameras and stuff, the only surprise to them is that it's Gordon Ramsay.
Right.
I find that's very misleading.
Kitchen Nightmare is still on TV. It's shocking to me how similar this show is.
I think this is just like Kitchen Nightmares on a different network. Because I think this is on ABC and Kitchen Nightmares is on Fox.
Yeah. It's still
Fox too.
Yeah.
Kitchen Nightmares is still on. It's still producing.
G-Rat is
humming along.
This feels like it's
also we haven't mentioned there's kind of a super spy pastiche that doesn't really work at all. They're trying to theme it that way. But yeah.
Yeah, and Max, even on the Kitchen Nightmares Wikipedia page, there's already been a spin-off of that show called Gordon Ramsay's 24 Hours to Hell and Back, which they say is a similar show to Kitchen Nightmare, albeit a shorter
I
timeline.
gotta read you guys the season 9 of Kitchen Nightmares has a subtitle. You ready for this? Kitchen Nightmares Road to Super Bowl LIX. What is that, 54?
Oh.
59, right?
59, right?
LIX, that's the one that just happened.
Keep track of that. Why is
That's
it the road to
season.
the Super Bowl? That's insane. It's a Kitchen Nightmare show.
Because the Super Bowl needed to be Kitchen Nightmare.
So.
Yeah. So what else happens in the show? Gordon Ramsay comes up and it's like he yells at the owner for letting his restaurant become such a shithole. I don't know. It's unclear. I feel like how much of a shithole this restaurant is because they just show this like 3 things that aren't good like all the time.
He has this questionable test about how gross a bandsaw is, where he detects how much ATP is on it, and that's apparently a measure of how much bacteria is on it.
Yeah, I mean, the owner did like cop to like never cleaning it.
That's fucked up.
Kind of. So
I was trying to give him the benefit.
So like that bandsaw definitely not clean. But like the rest of the kitchen, like I don't know. They kept showing small parts of the kitchen. So it was hard to I feel like it was cleaner than they made it look.
It definitely wasn't like overly dirty, but it's dirtier than a restaurant kitchen should be. Sure. But like, they're showing like near like the hinges, or like stuff your food wouldn't touch. And it's like, yes, you should be keeping your kitchen cleaner. But the chicken in the basement, that looked pretty bad. That was bad.
Yeah. The owner said there's ice in it, and it's like it was just melted ice on the chicken.
Yeah, that seems bad news bears. Very bad news bears.
Bloody congealed mess of like salmonella.
But knowing Bar Rescue and like the need to like actually turn this into entertainment, like there's got to be bad things to show. So this being made up is certainly possible.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like it's hard to fake grime and grit and stuff, which they didn't. I don't think they did. But like to have like a bag of chicken somewhere that they, the crew left out so that the ice melted or something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I will say
much easier to do.
The conditions don't look amazing at this restaurant, and if I were the owner of this, I wouldn't want this to air.
Right. Yeah, there's definitely like a fine line there, between exposure and being raked over the coals.
I think this is 100% a boon for the restaurant. Like,
oh yeah, I mean it does for sure.
Like 10 years, like I wouldn't want to go to this restaurant in like 10 years, but like right now, it's probably clean.
Yeah, although a little bit of a spoiler. The big thing when they redid the restaurant was a remake of the menu. And they made a big deal that the menu went from like a New York diner book of a menu to 18 items. Like they made a big deal about it. If you go to their menu today, we're back at like maybe 70 items.
Whoa.
Yeah, because that's the restaurant they know how to run, Noah.
Yeah, there's a lot of items on his menu. I'm just like, oh, ooh.
They don't know how to run a 16 menu place.
No, they got a lot of stuff.
This is why I'm advocating for changing the fucking restaurant. They already don't know how to fucking do it. Do something different.
Yeah, but they want to run a Greek restaurant.
You're on this show because you're failing.
No, this restaurant was failing because they couldn't keep things clean.
And now,
although that's what they made it seem like, unclear what's really the problem with this restaurant.
They did point out the chef problems. There was only 2 chefs and trying to make all that food, and it was getting crazy backed up.
Yeah. Yeah, the menu's a bit too diverse, I think, unless they expanded. The one thing, though, I will give to the menu, a lot of it is the same thing. So it's you got your gyro, and it's they got the lamb, a chicken, a pork. And it's then they have the plate style of it. Then they have the salad style of it. So it's I think some flexibility there, and trying to throw them too much.
You're the one that said the menu is too big.
Well, it is big. I mean, it's definitely a departure from the 18 dish. But maybe instead of 50 plus, maybe it's closer to 40, 30. I don't know.
I just think it's unreasonable to ask these people to change.
Yeah. Also,
they don't want to change.
What if they go?
Then they're going to go out of
What
business.
if Gordon Ramsay shows up and they're like, "I don't like your vibe, Gordon Ramsay. You're not my mom. You don't have to tell me what to do." What's he gonna do? Is he just gonna turn around and go and say, "Well, sorry, folks, this is gonna be a 15-minute episode"?
Well, you signed a contract.
They are on
the stupidest thing about the show is they all know they're going to be on a
show. They just don't know it's Gordon Ramsay, and they
renovation
don't know it's so silly.
I know, it's just so silly. I keep coming back to this.
Yeah.
One thing to note, I thought was, very on point was Gordon Ramsay goes into the renovated kitchen, and it's we got a
Hexclad, which happens
all
to
over
be
the place.
Associated with Gordon Ramsay. I don't know if he owns it.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I've definitely seen ads.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah, he gets a deal. That's fine, and it's free advertising. It helps everybody.
I know. That's how I said it was on point.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I wasn't trying to say that you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be able to use your platform to sell your own products, but people can disagree.
What world do you live in?
Yeah, I know.
Because have you seen the president?
I'm aware. Some people just don't agree.
He's hawking. He hasn't hawked something recently.
He's too busy.
What do you mean? That's his primary job, the hawk stuff. What else is he concerned with?
He's hawking the Trump coin, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, there's the coin. Then there's the network. They have their own exchange, I think, also. Or I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That's where you can really get the money, the exchange.
Oh, that's the way to do it. You just take a little piece, a little piece of every transaction.
Well, you just say things happened, but then you put them in your own, coin reserve.
They would definitely do that. They would definitely do that.
Renovation time. They give the dining room a nice renovation. Looks much more inviting. They give him some Hexclad pans. They clean the bandsaw once, and they say, "Great job, guys! Your restaurant saved."
And the dad promises not to be.
And the dad promises to love his family instead of treating them like employees.
Well, to be fair, his son works there. His daughter works there. His daughter-in-law works there.
Mm-hmm.
And his grandson, I think, works there. So it's a real family affair.
Definitely a fan affair.
That's why I'm surprised that wasn't pushed more on the as a narrative. It was brought up, but not the narrative was mainly the mom and the dad and the son's relationships were all kind of messed up.
Yeah. The one thing though, did you guys notice this? There was like a taller white dude that we never got to know him. He was just like in every scene.
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, so they introduced everyone else except this white dude. Like they say, oh, this is the mom, this is the son, this is the son's wife, this is the daughter, and this other dude. They just never contextualize.
There's just too many characters at that point, Noah. You just don't need to know him.
But he was in a lot of scenes. Like basically, they had the staff, and they culled down the staff to the family, and then this dude as well.
Have you heard of background people?
This is Gordon Ramsay's spy.
Oh, that's the real person.
I don't know.
Yeah. It was weird, but I don't remember him, so...
Oh, really?
I had already forgotten, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're the only person that noticed this guy.
Maybe. I mean,
like,
it was...
If you had asked me, like, you did one of those tests, it was like, did you notice the random white guy? I would have been like, no.
Nope.
All right. Before we move on, I just want to say that this show has the stupidest gimmick. It's like the same show, doesn't do anything new.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Same show.
I wrote that in my notes too. Why is there so much? This is
why is this not Kitchen Nightmares?
Did you guys independently also make the bar rescue connection? I know Chris did.
Oh yeah,
I did too.
Yeah,
it was like one of my first things I wrote down.
Well, it's like, to me, the Kitchen Nightmares show is just bar rescue because that's what you guys made me watch first, and then we watched Kitchen Nightmares. I don't really know the difference. I don't know if I've ever actually watched Kitchen Nightmares. I just know it's very similar to Bar Rescue.
Kitchen Nightmares is like, they know he's coming.
Well, obviously, where this gimmick would absolutely not work. All right. Who's the worst human being? Is it the dad for not cleaning his restaurant?
I mean, emotional trauma, not saying I love you. Remember, he's like, I never said I love you to my son or something. Remember?
I mean, that's pretty bad at, 72.
That was nuts. Like, we didn't even talk about that whole going to the park fishing scene.
Oh, yeah. Clearly very funny. Such a stupid scene.
Yeah. So just to set, Gordan is in the middle of his renovation. He takes a dad and a son to a park that is about a half hour away with no traffic from the restaurant.
They claim it could be in front. It could be in front of the restaurant.
It could be. I googled where the restaurant was. I'm like, it's not that close, but whatever. And he Gordan is now playing therapist because clearly, if you know how to cook, you know how to therapize.
Clearly, if you've trained hundreds of chefs in Hell's Kitchen, you're qualified.
You can do anything, basically. And so Gordan works his wonders that after 4 minutes of therapy with Gordan,
that was 4 hours down to 4 minutes. Noah, come on, they had to catch all those fish.
I mean, Gordan's magic.
Gordon's magic.
Yeah.
All right. This is the prime. This is the prime question, Brian. What speed did Max watch this show at?
Oh man, I think 2x.
I would like to chime
Noah,
in. I want you.
No, you can't chime in. Noah, what are you going with?
I think Brian's in the right direction. This one, I think 2x is aggressive. I'm just going to play the undercard because I think 2x is close. So I'm just going to go under. Under.
You're just going to go under?
Okay, 1.75. I'll pin it's
The way that Max seems, he's looking at me right now. I'm gonna go with 1.
1.4.
Ooh.
Noah wins by 0.05.
Thank you for playing.
My streak continues.
Wouldn't you win?
No. This is not Price is Right rules.
No, you're still close by 0.4.
There was 0.7.
No,
0.4 versus 0.5.
away.
Oh no!
Noah
you changed
is
it to
0.35 away. I'm 0.4 away.
I forgot he changed it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
there is literally nothing I am better at in this world. It's such a shame.
That is a shame. That would be if you're nothing. You're 0.35 away. Nothing better than that. Nothing better.
But my hot streak here, like, in being able to guess something with such little utility, like this. Hopefully, it pays off someday.
All right. Let's get some drinking rules on the books, and I guess this would qualify for drinking rules for any cook or any chef restaurant, like renovation show. Like,
okay,
there's nothing different. Noah, what do you got for me?
Yes. Every time Gordan says, "Come on, big boy," take a drink.
Brian,
I'm going for the kill. Drink every time you hear the word insider.
No.
That's a bad one.
That is the kill.
We didn't talk about that. It shows how much we give a fuck about the insider.
Who's the insider?
Max talking about that. I mean, okay.
Let's after the drinking rules.
Let's take a drink.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's good. Anytime they say that's the worst I've ever seen, or any hyperbole, take a drink. I think you need to drink while therapy session is in. Like, there's a couple times where Gordan was like, "Hey, Dad, come here," and he was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, bro?"
Bruh.
They're giving this like real bro talk.
Bruh.
All right. So let's talk about this like insider. So part of this show, it seems like they're trying to make you guess who the insider is. Who knew that this was a Gordan? Somebody knows it's a Gordan Ramsey show apparently, and you have to guess who it
is. It's just like any of the other Fox guessing shows, like Masked Singer and its ilk, where we have no information and it's not that interesting. Masked Singer, if anything, is the best example of this, where they try and give you clues.
Well, I feel like the Masked Dancer is like
Masked Dancer is
like this person is dancing.
God awful.
Okay, so I'm supposed to know who this is by their dancing. Like, that's just silly. It's like we don't. How are we supposed to know who the insider is? Like, you gave us no clues.
Yeah.
All right, so we do ratings. So we do a stack ranking system between top, middle, and bottom third. Noah, what do you got for me?
Yeah. So this one's tough because it's not a great show, but I feel like it doesn't overpromise to a certain degree. Like, if you like Gordan Ramsay, you like his shtick, I feel like this is a pretty efficient package of some Gordan Ramsay. That said, like, I think it could even be more efficient. But so I think I'm gonna do it. I think it's in the bottom, but I think it's top of the bottom. Like, there's just not much to really like about it. You don't want to watch another one. But if you're a G head, this will be your spot.
Have you been working on that one for the last 20 minutes?
I wish I was, but no. That's just from that's just pure unadulterated.
Right off the cuff.
Off the dome, as they say, the dome.
Middle third, bottom
Max,
of the
what do you
middle.
got for me?
Just watch Bar Rescue instead.
No, don't watch Bar Rescue. That's just terrible. Absolutely,
you would rather watch.
We'll not let that.
Somebody needs to make a show
100%.
called Chris Rescue because that's crazy.
Oh, Chris Rescue.
Look, Bar Rescue is more fake than
yes, it's
any show
also
I've ever seen
hella
ever.
entertaining.
Like, I value what feels more real than entertainment value. I agree with you. I do think John Tapper can give a better, like, you're like terrible and that's like entertaining, but
random
I
side
don't know.
note, I know we're in the middle of ratings. I did go to the Wikipedia for Masked Dancer. There is no season 2, and the list of who was on it, honestly, there's some funny names on there.
Ooh, like spill
That's
it.
After ratings, we'll get to that.
Mm.
Brian, what do you have for me?
I'm just going middle of the middle. Like,
Oh,
to me, like, I think that it's a little bit like Bar Rescue. I like Bar Rescue. It's a good background show. I just wish that Gordon Ramsay was doing more yelling. Maybe that's where Kitchen Nightmares may be a better fit.
I really have no idea where to put this show. I'm going to put it bottom of the middle. I think if you like this show, you'll like it. If you like the style show, it's the same style. So like whatever. The show's just whatever.
We're pretty close. I feel like our ratings were like we're pretty good. Like we're all pretty tight.
Yeah. I think they could be tighter. They could be tighter.
Ooh.
The spot could be tighter. All right, Max. Who was on the Masked Dance?
So the episode we saw, Ice-T, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Elizabeth Smart, Vinny from Jersey Shore, Oscar de la Hoya.
Who won?
Olympic gymnast Gabby Douglas. Like once you get towards the top, it's a bunch of people I've never really heard of. Yeah, like Gabby Douglas, I've heard of. I haven't thought about Gabby.
Yeah,
I haven't. I wasn't watching, and I was like, "Oh, that has to be Gabby Douglas."
Yeah, it's not a name I would pull out of a hat, like off the top of my noggin, as some people would say.
No, the dome,
all right,
as others would say.
The dome. I couldn't even do the right callback. Brian, what have you been watching lately? Anything good?
Katie and I have been checking out the new Game Changers and also some of the old ones. And this season really, really hits good.
I really wanted to like that show, but it didn't.
I think we may have just picked a bad episode.
I watched 2 episodes, I think.
Oh,
damn. In season 1, though?
Around whatever episode we watched, because somebody picked it, and this is Max's
definitely
fault.
My fault. Brian,
definitely
if you have any episode recommendations from what you've seen, I would love to hear them.
I mean, I'll say from season 7, episode 1 simply is a real banger.
I've been thinking about
and they also
subscribing to Dropout, which is an insane thing to say, but
yeah, it is insane.
Yeah. They also have like a Survivor X-esque thing that's kind of funny. So yeah.
Shout out
Max,
to the announcement of Spaceballs 2 starring Rick Moranis. He's back. And also Mel Brooks.
How much do you think Mel Brooks is involved?
He's back as Yogurt.
He's pretty old.
He's in.
Man. Like,
yeah.
He's 98.
Wow, okay. That's good to
98.
know. Mel Brooks is the same age as my grandpa.
Like, it's just like it's just impressive to be like kind of alive.
But no, like
let alone
he posted
working.
a little announcement trailer, and like he's still all there. He's like, hey, let's go. Let's make this thing. Yeah.
That's incredible. Good for him.
Noah?
We did Friends and Neighbors, the Apple show with John Hamm. pretty good. The ending I didn't like so much, but good enough show. Yeah.
I'll give a shout out to a good movie and then a bad movie. I'll give an
Ooh.
anti shout out to.
Ooh.
So we'll start with the bad. I watched Nona's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah,
it's like this Vince Vaughn, like family comedy. It's no good. Don't watch it.
Ooh.
It's very boring. It's very bland.
Mm.
Like it's like if you ask ChatGPT to write try to write a 4-quadrant movie.
Mm.
And then the good movie I watched was Dangerous Animals. It's a Shudder / theater movie right now, and it was it's got Jay or the main villain of the movie is really good. It's like this. It's like a shark movie, but it's about like a serial killer that uses sharks as, just uses sharks. You can probably come up with what happens at that point, but it's very good. I'd recommend.
So, Chris, I asked ChatGPT, write me a 4-quadrant movie starring Vince Vaughn and Italian grandmothers. Title, Nona Knows Best. Vince Vaughn plays Jake Sullivan, a slick, fast-talking restaurant consultant known for modernizing struggling eateries. When an upscale chain threatens to buy out a beloved family restaurant, Vince comes in to revamp it. Basically, they say it's Think Chef meets My Big Fat Greek Wedding with more pasta fights.
That sounds better.
Oh, man.
Like, this movie is just not funny. So, like, it's like supposed to be heartwarming, which I guess it is, but it's like not my genre of movie, really. Whereas like this like comedy with Vince Vaughn where he's like, I don't know, he's like a John Taffer type. That could be good.
Yeah.
All right. As for next week, are we doing the Shaq show or are we doing the Mole show? I want to do the Shaq show.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, do we know anything about the snake? And is it literally just the mole?
Somebody is so there is a mole in the snake as far as I've seen in the commercial. But is it the same show as the mole?
Right,
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, let's do whatever. Burnin' Diesel, whatever the fuck it's called. No, I literally have no idea.
I had no idea what the name of the show is. Yeah.
No, it's not. No, it's not called that. It's hold on. Let's see.
That was a great name though. You had me fooled there. I definitely thought it was called Burning Diesel.
So like Shaq has had too many shows.
Netflix didn't show this Shaq show to me. Like I had no idea that Shaq was in a new show.
Yeah.
I don't know if
can't
even
even
bad thing that Shaq.
You could also just watch Shaq Versus again.
Yeah. Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal does way too much. How come the guy don't
Power Moves started on June 4th, 2025. Like the one.
It's not even on his IMDb.
That's what Gemini got me when I did Shaq show on Netflix.
Yeah, no, you're right. That is it. That's definitely right. It's shocking. It's not on his IMDb.
You can update it.
Yeah, update it. Huh. Fight with those editors.
He's only a producer. Maybe that's why. He's not an actor.
Oh, I hate that change with IMDb where it's like it only shows you stuff that like they're in or something like that.
Well, you can select like the little pills, and the actor section showed first, but he's not an actor in it.
Yeah, he's himself. Himself is a different category too.
Oh, really?
So like reality shows don't show up.
Oh, wow. You're right. Yeah. 321 credits as self.
All right. Tell us what you thought about this show on Twitter at Who Put This On. You can also vote on YouTube at Who Put This On. You can find us on Facebook.com/whopithison. You can email us questions and suggestions at whopithison@gmail.com. See you guys next time.